Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to First Attack. I'm James Chen. How's everybody going? And today on First Attack, you know, it's kind of really interesting. For those of you guys who don't know, I haven't been playing a lot of Cross Tekken recently, and I know David's been playing a lot of Cross Tekken. I like when people are asking about Time Killers and Killer Instinct, dude. Time Killers is the greatest game ever, where you could just basically... Oops, the hum, sorry. Let's see if I can kill the hum down a little. Is that a little better? Is the hum gone a little bit, or is it still going for you guys? But Time Killers, for those people who don't know, had the amazing mechanic of hitting all 5 buttons at the same time, and then you could just decapitate your opponent, which would basically get you to win the game, and that was it. I think it's the Xbox causing the hum right now. Yeah, as soon as I get it to touch the table, the hum is going. So, okay. Anyways, so for those of you guys who don't know, I haven't been playing a lot of Cross Tekken. Ultra David has been, been pushing this game a lot, and from a lot of the tournaments that we've been watching, it definitely seems like a much stronger game, much more fun game to be to play and to watch as well. If you guys remember at Final Round, the grand finals between Infiltration and Seth LOLOL, Seth LOLOL, was very, very good. And yeah, see, I can kill the hum if I hold the Xbox. Hang on a second, guys. Let me see if I can figure out a way to do this.
You want to put something heavy on it?
Oh no, if I just put something under it, I think it'll be okay. Because the hum is coming from this disc spinning. And it's just like registering on here.
Hold this.
Oh yeah, that'll probably help. Oh wow, it's still humming. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, okay. You know what? Don't worry about it, guys. I'm gonna. What's that?
Bam!
Just hit it. You know what? I'll turn up the game volume in any case, and it'll be fine. But so. The match between Infiltration and Seth Lala was really, really entertaining. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was some great stuff going on there. He's been pushing me to play this game for a long time, and I just haven't been playing it. I just thought that there's just too many characters. I just didn't know if I wanted to take the time to learn it, and I just have like my few slight issues with the game and such. But I figured I might as well pick something up. I might as well pick some characters up, learn some stuff with the game, just so I can have better knowledge of the game, and that way I can also do have a much better time even doing commentary for the game. So I think it was last week on Tuesday when me and David were talking, and we were talking about it, and I joked that I was just going to learn Paul Phoenix because he looked really simple, he did a ton of damage, and he seems to be a very strong character. And that got me thinking about it. I was going to sit down in training mode, pick him up, mess with all of his moves and such. And one of the questions that I usually get a lot in the Ask jchensor episodes is, how do you learn a character? If you're starting from scratch, how do you pick up a character? So rather than sitting down in training mode and learning Paul Phoenix and figuring him out, I figured I would do that on stream while everybody's watching. So what's going to happen now, and someone actually suggested here, Commander Pepper actually said like pick Nina or something like that. The interesting thing is I actually kind of know what Nina does. I've actually used her a little bit. So honestly, I don't know anything about Paul. All I know is he's got an uppercut and he's got a punch. That's all I know about Paul. So I think he's a really good character. Not only that, but he's a very simple character. So I think I can kind of cover most of his bases in an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up and I'm just going to talk through what I'm thinking as I'm trying to learn Paul Phoenix. I have no script. I have no outline. I'm literally jumping into this thing blind because I know pretty much nothing about this character. But what I want you guys to see is just kind of see how I approach trying to learn a character, right? So that's the important thing, is kind of judging how I'm going to do this. So let's go ahead and switch over to the game real quick. And not only am I going to switch over to the game, but I'm also, oops, There we go. So here we go. Let's get some sound effects going here. So we've got Street Fighter Cross Tekken here, and again, you know, I'm not hugely familiar with this game, so or with this particular character. Now, I mentioned last year in the training mode episode, one of the really big advantages of this game that you know is the team system. So if you're going to go into training mode and pick your team, for example, like let's say I'm going to learn the team of Cammy, and I'm going to learn the team of Cammy and Paul. Here's Paul right here. One nice thing about this game is that it's good to play the opposite characters that you have. So in a lot of instances, you know, when you want to test things, you got to record the opponent to do stuff to see if you can punish, etc., etc. So if you pick the exact same team that you're fighting against, you can actually switch between them and have two different body types to perform combos and tricks on. So for example, if I am playing a training mode in Street Fighter 4 and I say, you know what, I'm going to learn Sakura, and I play against just Sakura, you know, Sakura might be of a smaller body type. She may not have the proper moves to, she might not be as easy to combo against as a lot of other characters are. So normally when I play Street Fighter 4, I always pick Ryu as the character that I want to beat up on, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and pick Ryu here. But the nice thing about it is, since I'm learning Paul, I can pick Paul here as well. So now I can actually record Paul to do a bunch of stuff, and that way I can find out if things are punishable and such. So I have both characters to beat up on. Alright, so I'm going to beat up on Ryu normally here. And yeah, I'm picking my team in the order that I would like to learn how to play him, which is Cammy Paul. Because Paul, from what I've heard, does a lot of good damage when he comes in and such. But here we go. So now I'm going to switch in Paul. So obviously the first thing everyone likes to try to do is find out what their special moves are. So I'm just going to try quarter circle forward plus punch, and I see he has a special move here. However, let me turn on input display as well. I'm not actually as interested in that. What I'm first going to do is I'm going to find out what all of my normal moves do. I want to know what all my normal moves are, and you're going to see right away that I'm going to test light punch, towards light punch, and back light punch. Medium punch, towards medium punch, and back medium punch. Alright, I've already seen this. Okay, here, it looks like I have an overhead. Right, so let's turn the enemy here to crouch and block. Oh, do they stand up and block? Yes. So if the computer stands up to block it, then you know it's an overhead. So right away, I already know I have an overhead. So this is good. I have an overhead attack. So I'm going to try with hard punch now. He moves a little bit forward. Oh, I have a towards and hard punch as well, which is also an overhead. Okay, so the computer stands up to block that. So there you go. So now I know I have two overheads. But now here's the question. Now, immediately, I haven't even gotten past the punches. I haven't even gotten past standing punches. And I already have a bunch of questions in my head on how I'm going to use this character. I've already discovered I have towards medium punch and towards hard punch as overheads. So my first question that comes to it right now is, why do I have both of them? Like, what's the advantage of one over the other? So I'm going to test range. There's a few things, right? There's speed, there's range, there's priority, and there's damage. So those are the four main qualities of a move that you want to test. So we can see here right away that this overhead feels a little faster. Yeah, I mean, it's significantly faster than towards hard punch. So towards medium punch is probably a better overhead just to connect when I need to. However, I'm noticing that towards medium punch doesn't have great range. Towards hard punch looks like it hits a little bit further. Yes, so it does. So there you go. So I'm at a range here where towards medium punch misses, but towards hard punch is going to connect. So there you go. So obviously what's going to happen now is that I'm going to think to myself, well, can I combo out of these? Now, because I know Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I know that there are two ways that I'm going to be able to combo out of these. I'm going to be able to link, or I'm going to have special chains that allow me to combo out of it. So this game has, for example, all the unique attacks here. So you can see Hammer of the Gods right away listed up there, towards medium punch and hammer punch, for towards and hard punch. But you can see immediately right below it that there's follow-ups to it. So I can obviously do more than just that. So it's towards hard punch, down forward hard kick, and then any punch. So I'm just going to see what that looks like here. Ooh, wow. Is that a low? Okay. Number one thing that I noticed right away is that that resulted in a 2-hit combo. In other words, towards hard punch into offensive crouch hard kick is not a combo. So the reason that maybe this is here is that you can bait people into trying to punish you and catch them and get your combo off on them. So now as a fighting game player, I'm going to be thinking to myself, okay, so how punishable is everything? How punishable are all these moves? So what I'm going to do here is go to record, switch out to Paul, reset it. I'm going to do towards hard punch. Actually, what I'm going to do is towards hard punch and block. Now what I can do is go replay, block this. Whoops, I should probably stand block it. And I can punish him. So now I know that it's very punishable here, right? I can just mash on low short and I can punish it. Whoops. So let's try that again. Maybe I should mash more. Okay, so now we know it's not very easy to punish. It's a pretty tight punish there. So let's try low jab instead, because low jabs tend to be faster. Not as far. Okay, so this actually isn't too bad of an overhead then. Let's try one more time. Oh, wow, interesting. Okay. I did punish it that one time. There we go. Okay, so you can punish it. There you go. So, now what I'm going to do is record Paul Phoenix doing this again. Whoops. Toward hard punch into offensive crouch. Let me make sure I'm blocking here. Towards hard punch into offensive crouch roundhouse and then go into block. Now what I'm going to test is what happens if the opponent mashes in between these hits. So let's see this again. So if I mash to try to counter it, I can get counter hit by this move. So yes, that's basically what it is. When you block the overhead and you feel like you want to punish it, that can be a counter hit because it doesn't combo. So now this next question I want to know is, if I block everything, how much can I punish? See, that pushes a really good distance there. So it's going to be a lot harder to punish for most characters. So it seems like a pretty safe sequence to do against your opponents, is just to do towards hard punch and right into the offensive crouch, and you're pretty safe. Oh, the frame data? You have the frame data there? I should probably look up on that frame data, sure. But I mean, this is a good way to show people. Yeah, if frame data, obviously, will reveal to me exactly how everything works. So you should probably check that out. But I kind of want to show people how to do this even if you don't have frame data, if you don't have access to frame data, because not every game is going to have it. Obviously, the big weakness to this is if I block this, I should probably be able to uppercut in between. Oops. I should be able to uppercut because it's not a true combo. Wow, really? His uppercut doesn't work? Interesting. Try one more time. Huh. Well, if I was a Shoto... Okay, here, I'll show you an example. If I was Cammy, I'm definitely going to be able to punish this. There you go. So I can actually hit it here. And wow, I traded? That's crazy. Okay, so forward uppercut, medium kick uppercut will win. That's interesting that roundhouse one trades. But there you go. So So perfect example right there. So now that I've learned about that, what I'm going to find out here is I want to find out about... Oops. Remember, it's a whole chain sequence. There you go. So I'm going to do the whole thing. That's really punishable. So now I know as a Paul player, if I'm going to try to hit him with an overhead, this is a pretty safe sequence right here. This is a pretty safe sequence until they start uppercutting in between. But I know it's not a real combo, so I'm not going to get much out of it. So the other things that you can try to do, I'm thinking to myself, maybe I can try this in the throw. It's too slow, not very useful, right? So best thing probably to do is just to do this most of the time unless they uppercut in between it. And if you really think you're going to get a counter hit, then go for that punch follow-up. But otherwise, just end it at this because it's generally safer. So the last question that, of course, that I'm going to have here is, what happens if this hits as an overhead, as a counter? I get the whole thing. So in other words, if I know I'm going to get... So in other words, if I'm Paul and I charge this up and I catch them with an overhead, then I know I can do the whole thing as a 3-hit combo. There you go. So obviously this is a faster overhead. Gets me 60 damage. The other overhead, wow, this overhead only does 50 damage. So this overhead almost feels much better. So now I need to find out what happens if I block this overhead. So hang on, let's find out, because that's really crazy to me. Oops. So I'm going to do that and block. Let's go to playback. Wow, that's super punishable. I punished it with medium. So let's try with light punch. That was strange. There you go. So this overhead is even a little bit more punishable because I was able to punish it with medium punch earlier. But just in general, fairly safe. Ooh, it ground bounced. I just hit myself out of the air and got ground bounced. Interesting. So now what happens if I try to backdash? Okay, so I can backdash. Okay. In any case, you can punish that overhead as well. So what this tells me right now is that towards hard punch, slower to come out, less damage, but I have this way to kind of make it safe. And you can see that when I do it at good distances here, I'm pushed back so far that it's really going to be hard to punish me. And if I do this one right here, this one is just for the damage and for the pure hit of it, and for a little bit faster. So this is probably more for, you know, you just need that hit. This is better for mix-up. This is better for footsies, because what this will do is it's safer, it has better range, and it'll get opponents to stand up more and respect you so that you can catch them with a lot more low hits now. One more thing I want to test is... Yeah, there's no way that that's going to combo at all. Yeah, there's no way that's going to combo. Oops. Oh, I think that... Was that it? Okay, hang on a second. Let me turn off inputs because they're getting in the way. Oh, that does combo. Good stuff. Okay, there you go. So, in other words, it can be a very good... Yeah, there... Oh, wow, that's really good. So you just have to make sure you cancel at the first time possible, and then you can get the whole thing in there. Okay, good stuff. So there you go. So you can combo off of that one. Can I combo off of this one? Huh, interesting. Yes, I can. So I can combo off of both overheads. Of course, it's very range dependent. If I hit him from very far, I'm not going to be able to combo into it. Medium one I can combo into from pretty far. Wow, that's good. Wow, that is really good. Okay, there you go. So, I just want to note to you guys right now, I just did a bunch of research off of standing punches. I've gone through 3 buttons standing, and I've just done about 15 minutes of research on this. So this kind of gives you an idea of, you know, how much you want to start looking into these moves as much as possible. So let's go on to the standing kicks now.
You can cancel forward H into Phoenix Smasher. That's the alt cancel.
Oh, really? So I can... It's buff. So David just came up and told me that I can cancel towards H into Fireball here. Wow. So I can't do uppercut? Oh, wow. So it's just chainable into Phoenix Smasher then. Interesting. But only the jab one combos. That's... Oh no, Fierce one combos? But, okay, the medium one does combo. Okay, so I was just doing it too late there. There you go. So, oh, interesting that it's cancelable into that. That's interesting. But see, now here's my question. That's kind of a Hail Mary to me, it feels like, right? Because if you don't know your opponent's going to get hit by the overhead, if they block the Phoenix Smasher, can they punish that? And that's, of course, something I'm going to test once I get into special moves. But so that'll be something to keep in mind at that point. So, all right. So here we go. Let's look at these standing kicks. So neutral, back, towards. Neutral, back, towards. Nothing, right? So let's set the opponent to stand and block all. Let's see if this hits low. It is not a low hit. The computer is not low blocking. So this is not a low hit. Not nearly as cool as I thought it was. Oh, another thing, too, that's really important is to find a special move, and this is actually kind of ties into what David was talking about. Find a special move so you can find out if your moves are bufferable or not. And then, so it's always nice to know. So far medium punch here. Oh, it is bufferable. Wow, really? That's pretty good. So standing H here, bufferable. Wow, so all 3 of his punches are bufferable. Dang, that's really good. And of course, towards medium is not, but we can also test to make sure that it works on all of them. Yeah. Is that different? Oh, he has a close medium punch. So he has a close medium punch here as well. And if you look at the animation, like, look, he looks like he reels for a long time. Can I link backwards? Yes, I can. There you go. So I can link off of close medium punch, a very Street Fighter 4 mechanic there, right? Yep. Okay, so there you go. I just want to see if I can link off of far. No, recover's a little too slow. But far hard punch, do I have a close hard punch? Yes, I do. So close hard punch, yes, bufferable. Far hard punch, yes, bufferable. So they're all bufferable. Stand kick, stand light kick, not bufferable, interestingly enough. I can't cancel it into anything. So far stand medium kick. Oh, it looks like a really nice poke. Looks like a decent poke here. I'm a little suspect of its recovery. So let's go back to record. Replay. Actually, you know what? One thing you always want to remember to do when you're trying to test punishability is the hold down back afterwards. It's one of the first things I always forget whenever I try to do this, but it's very important. So let's try up close. Does he have a close forward? He does have a close forward. So it looks like far forward. Very decent poke. Very decent poke. Not only that, but looks like it's going to be really good for boost chains because at ranges that you barely nick people with stuff, forward will always connect, it looks like. Okay. And forward, not bufferable. Not surprising. Standing roundhouse. Ooh, crazy looking move here. Great range here. So it looks like... Oh, whoa, that's close roundhouse. Oh, that's right. Let me test if close forward is bufferable. No, it's not. Close roundhouse is bufferable? Oh, it is! Holy crap! Wow, I was not expecting that move to be bufferable. There you go. So in other words, Close roundhouse then does 90 damage. Close hard punch 90 damage. Either one will do the same then, basically, as a good jump-in combo damage. Ooh, what the heck is wrong with this jump kick? So there you go, 3-hit combo, same damage as... Jeez, this jump hard kick is so weird. Same damage as that, so it's not going to make much of a difference. But hard kick looks like a really good move here, but of course, now when I'm thinking about it, will it hit them crouching? I thought this was going to totally miss. Wow. That's so good. Wow. I totally thought this was going to miss crouching people. So I was like, yep, this is not going to be a good move to boost chain into, but apparently it's just fine. Okay, let's continue with Paul Phoenix here. Let's try crouching moves here. Crouching light punch, offensive crouch, defensive crouch. Looks very standard. Medium punch, looks very standard. But let's see if I can do a Street Fighter 4 chain. Oops. Oh, I can't rapid fire low jab. Interesting. I can link low jabs together. Can I do? Yes, I can link low jab and low strong. So that's really good. So I can do low jab, low strong. Low jab, low strong. This is really important for hit confirms, especially because, yeah, good, that combos. Because, okay, that comboed? Wow. The reason why it's good for hit confirms is because these things are so much more punishable these days. So it's good to have a hit confirm where your low strong is less punishable by not doing the boost chain. So low strong, very standard low strong. I've got a low fierce here that punches up, hits, and it is bufferable. Wow, Paul has everything that's bufferable. So now what I want to do here is, let's do record. I'm going to test with Ryu. Like I said, Ryu has a standard set of moves, so it's always good to test with him. Let's do a different one here. Deep kick here, like that. So let's do playback. Wow, that hits really high up. Alright, so let's try one more time with a high up jump kick, like that. So what I'm trying to test here is how good of a priority does this anti-air have? Apparently it has a really good priority. Wow. Okay, so it's a really good anti-air move. So let's record here. We saw Paul had a really nice little jump roundhouse that seems to hit pretty low. So let's try that one more time, like that. So now let's play back. Oh, I didn't do that right. Let's do that one more time. Ooh, okay, there we go. That's good. Nope. Paul's Crouch Fierce still wins. So Paul's Crouch Fierce, very good anti-air move. So if you're not ready to uppercut, great anti-air move to have. Alright, let's check out all the light kicks here. Okay, standard light kick. Again, unable to rapid fire. Can I link into itself? No. Wow. Can I link into a low jab? No. Okay, so crouching light kick, bad move. Looks very slow too. So it's really going to be good for boost chains. But to be honest with you, yeah, I mean, I guess that's going to be the best way to do a quick punish from far. Actually, I don't know. I kind of like this move a little bit better because I can walk up, has a little bit better range. Obviously, a slower startup. So it's going to be given the situation. If they do a whiff right about here, I should be able to take a step and punish like that. But if I'm up close and I want to, for example, get them to whiff a throw and then I want to punish, I'm going to use the low short. But the low short is not going to be a hit confirm move for me. If I want to do a hit confirm, for example, in this situation, I'm always going to do low jab here. Of course, the biggest problem with that is that low jab doesn't hit low. So you'll never catch anybody who just happens to be standing. So let's do all, block all. Obviously a low hit, low forward, and low roundhouse are all low hits, yes. Gonna be a decent move here. So I'm going to do low forward here. Very far range. Wow. Good move here. Does it combo for max range? Wow, it does combo for max range. Wow. That's really good. Does it combo into strong one? Yes. Does it combo into fierce one? Yes. So at all ranges it combos. So this is a great whiff punish here. Someone whiffs a button, take a step, boom, get him. So there you go, good stuff. And crouch roundhouse. Okay. Looks like a very standard crouch roundhouse. Oh, but he also has an offensive crouch sweep here. Oh, is crouch roundhouse bufferable? No. And this move, it is bufferable. Oh no, that's not bufferable. That looked like a chain. Yeah, that was a chain. Yep. So I'm trying to do uppercut. So he has fireball with kick, right? So I'm trying to do that and the fireball with kick not coming out. So in other words, this is going to be a good sequence here. But let's see how punishable these moves are. Again, just like we did with the overheads. Let's test how punishable these moves are. So what I'm going to do is just do this move. Oops, let's block afterwards. Just that move. And that move alone. So now if I go to replay, let's see how punishable this is. Oh, it pushes pretty far. Let's try Cammy here. Interesting. Not a bad move here. Not a bad move at all. So you can kind of see, yeah, it's pretty safe. So let's do the whole thing now. Let's go to my command list and find out what that chain was. So if I go to unique attacks, so that's it. Or hangover on hit or block. Whoa, that's interesting. What does that do? So offensive, hard punch. Okay. So in other words, he has a little bit more than that, but let's just do the whole thing, for example, here like this, right? So now what I'm going to do is go to, whoops. Oh, make sure I'm blocking afterwards, just like I said. Okay, block afterwards like this. And now let's go to playback. Okay, safe from medium attacks. Safe from light attacks as well? Wow. That surprises me. Whoa, would you see that whiff? Okay, so I'll try far standing jab. Wow. Huh. Is that really safe? No, it's not. Okay, there you go. Punished it. Block stun shorter than I think. There you go. So I can't punish it. So I'm better off just using that move itself as a way to poke. The other good thing that I noticed about it, though, is that because this move hits low and it gets the sweep, so let's turn them off, block all. It also, if I do low roundhouse like this, you see the position that I'm at here, but if I do this one, I kind of stay closer to them. So it's a nice close range sweep, but obviously you can see here, not as good of a range. So from this range it'll miss. Well, they seem to be about similar range. No. Low roundhouse has better range. So yeah, so this is a better distance sweep. This one is nice up close because it hits this, I get to stay in. And can I wonder if I can hit confirm that. No. Okay, not going to be hit confirmable. Okay, cool stuff. Alright, so as far as I know, that's all of Paul Phoenix's normal moves on the ground. We'll get to jumping in a little bit. Let me take a break real quick and then we'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Nope. There we go. Alright guys, I'm back. David brought up a good point while I was on break, is that counter hits make a big difference in this game. Because, for example, like you see, if I counter hit the overhead, I get the ground bounce on there. This one I didn't, but that gets me that combo there. So I'm going to test this. Oh wow, so my hard punch, my fired hard punch causes a crumple. Oh nice, okay. Dang. So this, nothing special, nothing special. That one, nothing special. Close hard kick, nothing special. So the only one that causes the crumple is the far hard punch. And then towards medium punch gets me a ground bounce. Wow, that's so good. Jeez, this character is so good. It's ridiculous. Okay, I was trying combos out during the break, so that's why I figured out that worked. Okay, so let's try some crouching ones. Nothing special here. Nothing special. And that's standard. And oh wow, look at that! On counter hit, this move does not sweep anymore. That is so backwards. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, and he has a follow-up after that. Okay, so I can do punch, punch. Okay, there you go. So he has 3 hits there. So what happens if I... Oh, I remember that. Oh, wow, that doesn't connect if it... Huh. So that 3rd hit is only useful if it's a counter hit, because otherwise it misses. I'm sure you can also use it as a frame trap as well. If they block the first 2 hits and aren't expecting the 3rd one and try to mash punish, then you'll hit them with that palm there. But interestingly enough, you can only get all 3 to combo if it's a counter hit. Interesting. Nice. Okay. Good stuff to know. But see, again, this is you know, all how you figure out these things. And, you know, I don't want to do jump moves because this is taking way longer than I thought. So I'm going to skip jump moves from now. The real main thing that I would test with jump moves is just, like, see what they are. And then, obviously, test if they cross up or not. That's probably the most important thing that you want to find out about jumping attacks, is whether they cross up. So forward is a cross up. Good cross up, too. Wow! I'm right next to him and I can still cross him up. Jeez, that's really good. Roundhouse, that really weird jumping kick. Does not have the ability to cross up, but I imagine this move is really good for priority. See, that's really crazy that I can hit at the top and still combo when I land. That's hit stun for days. But let's go to special moves now, because that's really important. We want to learn special moves here. I want to show you guys how I'm going to be interpreting special moves. So the first move that they have listed here is Mountain Raise, which is half circle forward plus kick, which I thought was fireball, but I guess it's just half circle forward. Okay, so seems like a pretty standard launcher here, but can I juggle afterwards? Yes, I can. So I can juggle with a light punch. Probably crouching light punch is easier. Can I juggle with a medium punch? Yes, I can. Can I juggle with close hard punch if he's not in the corner? Yes, I can. So off of the light one, I can probably do something like that, right? What about the medium one? Can I juggle off of that? Yep. Can I juggle off of the hard one? Yes, I can. So all of them lead to juggles here. So I can do boom, like that, for example. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. But now here's my question is, what happens if I hit him like, so this game is really all about this kind of stuff here, right? The, you know, what happens if you juggle? So there's a lot of times where you really got to think about juggling now. So can I, for example, do that? So I don't think that that's going to work. Yep, so that's not going to work. So that's interesting stuff here. But let's try some of the other moves, because the juggle potential in this game can be different. No, see, so there you go. So, you know, you might not want to use that move necessarily in your juggle situation. So let's take a look at the next special move that he has. He has uppercut plus light kick. I've seen this one, and God, the fact that his uppercut is also, you can also juggle afterwards, is so good. But here's the question: which one is his best anti-air? So let's test that real quick. So what I'm gonna do here is go to record. I'm gonna try this jump roundhouse kick like that because it's really good. So let's do this again. Wow, that was too slow. One of the things that you might want to do when you record your training dummy is just do what I did, make him backdash at first, so he automatically puts himself into position for you to test. Oof. So I just tried the forward one, the medium kick one, and I just got bodied. Okay, I traded again, so let's try it again. Wow, okay, so forward one does not seem to work. Let's try roundhouse one. Roundhouse one is not working. Okay, roundhouse one traded. Let's try light kick one last time. Alright, so light kick is going to be my anti-air. The light kick uppercut. That is Paul's anti-air. Oh, let's test one more. And that would be EX. Yep, EX has enough invincibility to stuff that. Okay, there you go. So I should probably also mention that we should definitely test EX versions of moves. So there you go. For example, that one. Maybe that one has more juggle. So let's see here. Oh my god, these stages are so long. Okay. Oh, that's right. It was the fierce that whiffed. Okay, so it just seems to be a faster, more damaging version of it. So hard kick does 90, medium kick does 90, light kick does 90, EX version 110. So it seems to be a little bit, it just seems to be for damage mostly. So, and according to Dude the Guy here, it adds invincibility as well. So let's take a look at some more of these special moves that he has. Sway. Okay, I don't know what this does at all. Let's find out. Oh wow, he gets a little backdash. Nice. Oh nice, okay. Does this hit low or high? So let's make him block all. So this is the medium punch version. This is the light version. It is not an overhead. So let's see the hard punch version. Oh wow, he just comes back and attacks like that. Okay. Now, see, here's where I'm just starting to think here that this seems really nice. Can I buffer into this? Dang. I can like make all of my normal moves safe this way. Even like fire hard punch, for example, right? Yeah. Is this... This seems really good. Am I mistaken about this, David?
Wait, do it again?
This sway move that he has here seems really nice. Nice, okay, so he can reach from that. So you can come back here. Oh, can I combo off of that? No, too much delay.
Maybe it's manageable.
Oh yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm just talking about like on block, if you just sit there and just do this all day, seems like a really good way to poke and be safe. Obviously, you're not going to get a lot of damage if you do this, but it's just a nice way to kind of keep out of range from people. Look how fast I can do this. That's kind of nice. So in other words, you know, in certain situations when I want to get away from my opponent, I can just do this and get cut. Like, so if I'm a little too close, so if I do, for example, yeah, so if I want to get away from them, I can do a string like that and get away. So seems pretty good. I would imagine something like maybe a Chun-Li super can punish it, you know, but we can test that at some other time. Oh, one more thing. EX1. Oh, wow. Okay. That seems really useless to me. Is that a 3-hit combo? No. Because, I mean, the flash kind of gives it away that he's going to come back, and then you should just be able to punish him off of that. So that doesn't seem very useful, except maybe just to avoid things and punish it. Maybe it has invincible. Ooh, it wall bounces. I see. Okay. I wonder if I could do. So now, see, this is where I just get into experimental mode here. No, it's not going to work here. But in any case, it might work in these kind of situations here. Oops. Ooh. Okay, I really want to get this to work now. Maybe it just doesn't have enough juggle potential. Yeah, I am too slow. Yeah, it just doesn't juggle. Okay, there you go. So, not particularly useful move. Maybe it has invincibility when it starts up. Let's see here. I'm going to record him doing this. Oops. What was the sequence? It was that. So we already know that's not a true block string, and that if I touch a button in the middle of it, I will get hit. So for example, mash harder, James. Like that. So let's see what happens if I do this. No invincibility! Wow! Awesome. Okay. Use it when people commit to strings and stuff. Okay, I can see that. But in general, not like particularly useful. So, alright, so let's go to some more of his moves. Here we have uppercut plus punch. Uppercut plus punch. Oh. Nice. It looks very Terry-like here. This is a Burning Knuckle, right? Burning Knuckle! So it looks like they just do different distances here. Is this an overhead? It is indeed an overhead. One of the slowest overheads ever. If you get hit by this, you deserve to be hit by it. Okay, so what's the use of this thing? Can I do, for example... Can I do... Good job, Cammy. Yeah! Oh, is that a ground bounce? If I hit him out of the air, do I get a ground bounce on that? Ooh, neato. See, there you go. So that's where you get it. So, and then I would probably be able to combo into that, for example. So if I can just learn the timing properly, I can do... Oops. Wow, that's much slower than I think it is. So I gotta learn that bot stuff there. Nice. 502 damage? Holy crap. Okay, 478 damage, maybe. I don't know how I got more damage there that one time. Dang, that was a... Alright, so now here's the other question. What happens if I get a counter hit? So let's do this. So counter hit gives me the free ground bounce. Okay, there you go. And we should find out what the other moves do on counter hit as well. Oh, nothing extraordinary there, so same thing. Oh, it looks like counter hit pops them up a little higher. Or not. Okay, no, it was the same. So let's do this move. That's not going to change anything anyway. So there you go. Wow, dang, that did a lot of damage. What the heck? Now, can I combo it into the hard punch version, maybe? Oh, I can. But you know what? I don't think it matters, does it? So light punch is 130 damage. Medium punch is 130 damage. But, okay, here's the question. I've only been doing it in the corner. So what happens if I do the hard punch version outside of the corner? Because when I did the light punch version, if you notice, I hit him and he's kind of far away. So not really good there. But what happens if I do the hard punch version? I'm right there. So there you go. So this works mid-screen as well, potentially. Nice. There you go. Good stuff. So there's good damage right there. That's a really buff combo. I mean, is that better than just like doing, for example, like something like that, for example? It seems like to me Paul has like 10,000 options for this. It's like you can just kind of have fun and do whatever you want with him. Okay, there you go. So because the up kicks seems like it eats up all the juggle potential, so the hard punch doesn't connect. So it seems like this is the best option here. So the tricky thing about it is he has a towards H, so that's why I keep coming out with the wrong move. But that's just something you're gonna have to get used to. Wow, that's really good. And I saw the last special move he has is the Phoenix Palm, which 120, 120 damage, 120 damage. So they're all 120 damage. So it doesn't matter which version you use. The difference is distance. But let's see how punishable this move is. Because I'm curious now if this is just going to be a good poke. So I just did the medium version there. Very punishable, wow. Oops. Oh yeah, punishable for days. Alright, so let's try the light punch version. Very punishable. So not a good move to poke with. The Phoenix Palm is not... What is it called? The Phoenix what?
Smasher?
Phoenix Smasher? Phoenix Smasher, not a good move to poke with.
Try it on counter hit.
Yeah, so I'm going to try that now. So let's see what happens if I do it on counter hit. Whoops! Okay, he gets cool animation punch and it does like twice as much damage. Wow. That's really funny. Wow. Okay, there you go. So if you get a counter hit on it, it does a ton of damage. So normally something that does, for example, 90 damage on counter hit does just a little more damage, not much more, 112. But the Phoenix Smasher in particular on counter hit just does this crap ton of damage. Wow. Okay. So there you go. So those are all of Paul's special moves. Now what happens here? Well, let me take a quick break, and then when we come back, I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Alright, so be right back. Alright, welcome back everybody to First Attack. I am testing out Paul Phoenix here, trying to learn this character because he looks simple to me, so I figured he's a good entry point for myself into Cross Tekken. So I'm showing you how I try to figure out a lot of characters here. Someone on the stream chat pointed out, same thing David pointed out, was the test mortar punch on block. And it is indeed safe on block. I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to bother going through that right now, but it is safe on block. So even if they see it coming, they can block it. And they do block it, you can maintain pressure after that. So that's actually really nice to know. So they pretty much got to hit it before it hits them. But if they get counter hit, then I get a ground bounce and all sorts of fun stuff after a while. So now here's the thing, right? This game is all about two main things. Juggling after boost chain and juggling off of... Oops, let's just do a super because that's what I wanted to do. Whee! So this game is all about juggling off of boost chain and juggling off of switch cancels. So we saw earlier when I was doing this, I was doing, for example, Kami uppercut into this, and I could do that combo there, right? So that was really good damage here. So I already figured out that that is really good damage. So I've probably got that down pat. I mean, that's probably the best damage I'm going to be able to get in that situation. So now the question really comes down to, if I do boost chain, you notice how low he is, right? I cannot get that to connect. So I have to come up with a different combo that's not that. So what should I do here? So we learned, for example, that I could do something like that into juggle, but only if I hit him off the ground. Like that, right? So I hit him off the ground. But if I hit him out of the air, can I get another juggle after this? It doesn't seem like I can. Okay, that doesn't work. Interesting. So that doesn't work. So let's try. Use crouching medium punch, then a hard punch mortar. Ooh. So what someone in the stream chat told me is that crouching medium punch into mortar will work. But you can, so the key to that combo is obviously height. You want to make sure that they're as high as possible when it connects. Since I'm hitting them so low, apparently I can do this faster, and I'm not doing it fast enough. Are you talking about close medium punch or crouch medium punch? Yeah, it might be different depending on the character, and Kami's might not be particularly proper for it, so. There you go. So I think Kami, yeah, someone's saying that Kami has a lower launcher. So different characters, it may work with them, and different characters doesn't work. And yeah, I agree with David. I did not know that different characters had different launch heights. So the question now is, what can I do for the most damage? I found out I can juggle. Okay, there you go. That seems to be a good option there. So I can get the light uppercut kick. Can I do the heavy uppercut kick? Because the heavy uppercut kick does the most damage. Yeah, so there you go. Can I add a move in front of it? Nope. So if I do the hard punch beforehand, that juggles, but I lose my follow-up there. So I am much better off coming in, hard kick one, and then just juggling right off of that. Oops. Messed up. There you go. 308 damage, not too bad. Obviously, that's because I'm doing it off of the boost chain, but if I do this, it'll do a lot more damage, so 348. So it's generally a weaker option. Obviously, if I get the uppercut here, I get the mortar punch, which does just gobs more damage. Oops. 449. So basically, what I've learned from this is that with Kami, I definitely want to try to combo into this to get the most damage. That'll get me the most damage. Now, obviously, I've learned from Paul here now, okay, these are good ways to get in. But now the important question is, what can I get out of Paul Phoenix? So, for example, if I land a combo, regular Paul Phoenix here, see, I can't do anything off of that, so that's no good. What if I do, for example, this? what can I get off of that, for example? So if I want to do a switch cancel combo with Paul, comboing into this is good because that connects, as we found out earlier. So let's say someone whiffs a move and I whiff punish into that, right? So I can get a follow-up here with uppercut with kick, for example. Can I do... Oh, I can. Oh, wow, jeez. Okay. So I could do... and then switch cancel. That actually... Ooh, but here's something that's interesting. So let's try this again. I keep hitting the wrong buttons for switch cancel. All stupid things. Interesting. Okay, so that's cool. So the nice thing about it is, it's good to get a jump attack in there when you come in because that allows you to get a little bit more damage, right? So there you go. So I can do something like that, for example. So let's try that again. Oops. Let's remember to switch cancel. Let's try again. There you go. So now I know I can do that as a combo on a whiff punish here. But that's really interesting. So the one thing about it is it launches him just high enough that you have to time Cammy's jump hard kick at the right time at the height of the jump, otherwise you won't be able to get the combo to connect. Because you can't hit on the way up of your jump because then it bounces them too quickly. You want to do it a little bit later in your jump so you bounce them up when you're about to land so you have more time to land and combo afterwards. So let's try jump hard punch with Cammy instead. Oops, that's a chain. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Much easier. So can I do this, for example? Now I've used Cammy before, so I know some stuff about her in this game. So I'm gonna try a few things, experiment with her, and see what I can get a combo from. Whoops! I want to do crouch fierce. And, you know, this is a lot of muscle memory kind of stuff like that. You have to break muscle memory when you get stuck on those things. Interesting. Why am I missing that now? Oh, not close enough. So that's going to work in the corner. That's a better corner combo. But unfortunately, mid-screen, I'm not going to be able to do that. The reason why I want to do that is just because Crouch Fierce does more damage than Close Fierce. You see, Close Fierce does 75, Crouch Fierce does 90. I could do regular drill, but you see that it just does, the forward one does 90 damage, whereas the uppercut, I get 150 damage. So I'm much better off, you know, ending it the way that, you know, it looks like I should end it. Like that. So that's 457 damage right there. So that's good right there. So that's good for switch cancel. And then Paul Phoenix, of course, you know, it's these ones, if you know your other character already, then you already know what to do in that situation. And I keep missing my uppercut because I'm a doofus. Like that, right? So that's a good come-in sequence for Cammy, but that's generally kind of known. So basically what you're going to want to do is just keep experimenting with the character. Find all the different ways that you generally will hit your opponent with, right? So I tested it off of a combo, so off of a hit confirm here, right? Now, if I just do an uppercut juggle, for example, like let's say the opponent jumps at me, what do I get in that situation? So let's have him record. So let's have him back up and do that. So I'm gonna, oops, put replay. Yeah, then I get that same situation. Actually, I might not, because since I'm doing the light kick one, he doesn't bounce the opponent quite as high as the roundhouse one. So I might not be able to get the same combo in that situation. Interesting.
Keep up the pace.
Yeah. So in that situation, it might not be as practical. So if I do a switch cancel off of this, you know, I can do something like that. But now here's the question. Why would I ever do that? Why would I ever do that when I know I can combo after a light uppercut? Right? So since I know I can combo in this situation... Oh, but you see it didn't juggle as much. Interesting. Because I've used up a lot of the juggle points in the first uppercut. So in this situation here, if I do this, and then juggle, oops. Oh, I keep doing towards hard punch. There you go. You see how it missed a bunch of hits, right? So depending on the number of hits I've gotten off of this, yeah, so obviously switch canceling off of that's not going to be good. So then what would I do instead? Let's try, oops, not the EX. Let's try this instead. Get away from me. Okay, so that combos. So let's try this. Yeah, okay. So that's probably going to be the best choice. And then I would just have to do a very standard Kami come in juggle combo. Whoops. Oops, no switch cancel. Yeah, so I'd probably just have to come in with fierce uppercut. Wow. Try one more time. Interesting. Okay. But you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? It's just it's a good way to look at how I'm trying to construct these combos here. So not only is it good to have these high damage combos and learn what your best combos are, it's actually a lot more important to learn the situations in which the combo can apply. So that's the main thing that you want to learn from this. There you go. So, you know, with practice, I'll be able to learn to do that a little bit more consistently. So, there you go. That's a good way. It's a good example here of how to learn a character. Obviously, there's a lot of characters that are a lot more complicated, and I probably, you know, overlooked the fact that, you know, while I'm playing the ground game, I wanted to talk about what's a good poke. You know, we talked about standing forward looking like a good poke, but it looks very whiff punishable. So, you know, I, for example, would then record my dummy doing something like this. Actually, let's do something different here. Walking back and forth, kick, and then try to block. And then what I would do is walk around here, like walk back and forth. And if he comes up and tries to kick me, how easily can I whiff punish him? Oops. So now here's the thing. The move has really good range. So it's really hard to whiff punish. You can see this, right? So because it has good range, it makes it harder to whiff punish. If the range was really bad, then I could easily whiff punish it. So now, just from judging from that, I don't feel like it's that bad of a poke anymore. So I will definitely be using this a lot during my footsies games. Probably try to catch them with a few overheads here, and then try to catch them with a few surprise low attacks as well. And like I said, try to make them respect my low attacks by going for this overhead once in a while into this chain sequence. Seems really good. And then if I want to get some chip, maybe get a surprise power dunk here. Power dunk! That's what it was called. I called it burn knuckle. This is power dunk. the power dunk. So, because it's safe on block. So this will allow me to get some chip damage as well, whereas this and this are both probably very punishable. So it'll be nice to get some power dunks going in there. So, power dunk! So, good way to get some chip damage in there. But you can see that Paul definitely benefits a lot from being a second character because of the amount of damage that he gets off of coming in. As long as you can do neutral fierce like that. I mean, he just does gobs of damage. That's amazing. So, there you go. And then, of course, you know, learn some nice hit confirms. You know, stuff like that. Good combos, good damage there. What does more damage? This was 110 and the Phoenix Smasher does 120. Okay, so I'd probably better off going like that. Okay, so there you go. So there you go. So yeah, just a little primer there, example of how to learn characters here. So now the next step, honestly, this is, of course, I'm talking about if you have no resources, right? So if you don't have frame data sitting in front of you, if you don't have videos to go to watch, you know, if you don't have guides or tutorials or anything like that, this is a good way, this is a good example of how to learn a character. Now, if you do have access to lots of different things, SFK forums, you know, YouTube videos and such like that, those can also be super valuable resources. I think they are mentioning that PROG plays Paul, so try to find as many PROG videos where he's using Paul to learn kind of how he attacks and strategies, so you don't have to make them all up from scratch. But it's good to experiment with your character like this first. So if you just sit here and say, you know what, I want to learn Paul Phoenix, and then you go watch PR Balrog play, the moves that he's using aren't going to be familiar to you. But because I took the time, I spent the time to learn all this stuff, now when I go watch videos, everything that I see PROG do, I'm going to understand. Obviously, I skipped all of my Tekken chains, so there's a lot more to this character to learn than just what I've done. But go watch some videos, other Paul players. I'm not sure what are some other really good Paul players out there. But, you know, watch some videos, but definitely take the time to learn your character first, and then go and watch these videos, go on the forums, so you can ask the right questions. There's nothing more irritating to forum people to have someone come in and go, how do I play Paul? What are Paul's best combos? You know, you actually want to come in and say, you know, this is the combo I'm doing off of this situation. Can I get more damage? Or, I like to use standing medium kick as a poke. Is this a very good strategy? Is this going to be whiff punishable? You know, try to get yourself a little more educated on the character so that you can ask more pointed questions and such. So, that's about it. I just read the comment from Lazarenth where he just said, those balls are about to make out. Dude, check these guys out, dude. Anyways, that's it for today's show. But stick around because Ultra David's gonna do some level 3 focus, gonna go over some final round matches, and don't forget, this weekend is Texas Showdown, which David and I will both be at, and we will be doing commentary for. I retweeted a tweet from Vi showing a lot of the good players who are going to be there. Shin is going to be there. Justin's going to be there. So I forgot some of the other really strong players. Chris G is going to be there. So there's going to be some really strong talent there, and including Adil as well. Forwood, I think is his name. He's an amazing player from Texas. So it'll be great to see a lot of Texas players have a chance to shine. So definitely check out Texas Showdown this weekend, which will be streamed by Level Up. I'm not sure which Twitch channel, if they're going to have a Texas Showdown channel, but the production will be done by Level Up, so you can be guaranteed a quality production. Finish with a combo? Sure. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do? What do I want to do here? Yeah! There we go. Easy combo. I did super easy combo. There you go. And also, this Texas Showdown is being run by a completely different crew Very different crew than was run last year. So this one, run by a lot of the old school Texas Showdown guys, going to be legit this year. So definitely check that out this weekend, alright? I will talk to you guys later, and we will be right back with Ultra David and Level 3 Focus.